What's up, y'all? Welcome back to our channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, click the subscribe button down below and join the family. If you're oldie but a goodie, welcome back to another video. So today we decided to make this video to break the silence. What do I mean by break the silence? We're talking about our journey. How do I say it? What we've been going through for the past year. It's been about a year, right?
It's been like probably 8 months since we found out. Like, I guess the pregnancy this started 11 months ago.
Yeah, almost a year ago. What we've been going through for about a year.
I just turned his oxygen down a little bit. I think I jumped the gun a little.
Yeah.
Give him a little boost. He's just at 30%, so that's not that high. Because we're 21%, so he's 30. You know, Lumine's
Okay.
21, so
Okay.
he's just
Thank
got a
you.
little extra width.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We were just saying how long we've been going with it.
Okay. Yeah, we've been going through a rough time. We had a rough time for about a year now. So I'm going to background about what the process was, and then I'll go into detail about where we are now. So, we found out we was pregnant in February, right? About February, we found out we was pregnant, and our first doctor's appointment was an ultrasound. So myself and my mom went to the ultrasound and at Hurley, and they told us that my baby was diagnosed with anencephaly. He had anencephaly. So if you don't know what that is, that means your brain is outside of your skull. Not just a little bit of your brain, but your whole brain. So your baby's born without a brain. So we were diagnosed with that. Well, the baby was diagnosed with that when we went to Hurley. So we did maybe 2 appointments at Hurley, and then they switched us, and we started coming to U of M. And once we came to U of M, we then found out that the baby has an encephalocele. That means that a portion of the brain is outside of the skull. So not the full brain, but a portion of the brain is outside of the skull. So that was his diagnosis. And throughout the whole 9 months of pregnancy, it was constant doctor appointments, ultrasounds, meetings with surgeons, meetings with different nurses, talking to funeral homes, talking to hospice,
Went to the cemetery.
going to the cemetery. That was pretty much what the 9 months our pregnancy was. Something that you wouldn't expect to be doing during a pregnancy, but that was what we were doing. So we was told that the baby would not survive. He would survive minutes to hours. So with that being said, when they say minutes to hours, there's no point to go buy baby stuff. There's no point for, a baby shower. There's no point for anything, because like they said, their baby's not going to survive. So fast forward to September 24th. Was that when we went to the doctor, right? I had a doctor's appointment at Hurley, and I went in just for my regular checkup, and he took my blood pressure, and they told me that my blood pressure was really high, and I also had been diagnosed with preeclampsia, and I had preeclampsia before with my son. So they told me that my blood pressure was really high, and I needed to come go over to Hurley. And went over to Hurley. My blood pressure was not going down, and nothing was changing, so they told us that we had to be rushed to Ann Arbor because, you know, I had to have the baby because preeclampsia, blood pressure, and all the complications that came with that. So got to Ann Arbor, and they started the process. They started the obviously the birthing process with giving me the Pitocin to cervix. That is? Yeah, soften my cervix. I don't think that's it, but whatever. To soften whatever. And so the process kind of started to move a lot faster. I became sick. Like, I felt like I was going to puke multiple times, and with that being said,
well, you actually did.
I did throw up a couple of times, and the last time I threw up, it was just me and Adam in the room, and I told Adam, hurry, I'm about to throw up, bring me something so I can, you know, throw up in. And when he brought it to me, I started to throw up, and all I know is I pushed
really though,
out
that's not
the
how
baby.
that's not even how it happened.
Yeah.
Hold on. Mom, let me call you right back, okay?
How it happened?
What happened was you said you was about to throw up, and like I was. So if she was like, if the hospital bed is where I'm at, I'm where she is in the chair. You know what I'm saying? So I got up to go grab it. Remember, before I could even get up all the way, Aubrey was already on the bed.
Yeah.
Like, she pushed him completely out.
I went to gag.
And so before, instead of going to grab something, I just ran in the hallway like, yo, help, because I'm tripping out. Like, first of all, this is my fifth baby. So I done did it so many times. I've never seen it like that. So it just freaked me completely out. And then given the circumstances already, it was just like
terrifying. It was a lot going on. So when I went to like I said, throw up, like he said, he just came out. So like he's laying on the bed. But listen, when I tell you my baby was laying on the bed and he was blue. He was laying there. He didn't cry. He came out. He didn't cry. He didn't do anything. And all I can remember was nurses running in. So we had made this plan because they said that he was not going to make it. We made a plan that instead of doing everything possible to keep him alive, which would be like compressions, chest compressions, tube down his throat, things like that, we decided that we didn't want to do that because
he would basically be a vegetable.
Yeah, he would be a vegetable. We thought the whole time we're thinking that our baby brain was never in his head. But when he came out, like I said, he was blue. And the nurses came in running. And the one nurse came and she went to cells. She told him, get the tube, get this tube, whatever. And the other nurses told her, no, this is not what we're doing. That's not the plan that they have for their baby. So the nurse picked him up and she laid him on my chest and he started to cry. They went, and once they did that, I got to hold him, Adam got to hold him, and my mom got to hold him at that time. And it was like, it was crazy because we didn't expect for him to cry. We didn't expect for him to still be alive. And it's crazy because he just kind of like exceeded our expectation just right there alone. So we stayed in the hospital for 5 days. 5 days, the whole 5 days, he stayed alive. He was still alive the whole 5 days. And then we went home after the 5 days. Once we got home, we were on hospice, and it was comfort care. So
this noise that you hear right now is this a Brady, right? I mean, you
his
can
oxygen is dropping.
so that's not a Brady.
No, this one is not. It was
Brady
before.
would be the heart rate dropping.
Yeah, this one, his oxygen is dropping down into the 80s when it's supposed to be 100%. So he's not breathing very well. So, like I was saying, what was I saying? Oh, we went home and we were on hospice and we were doing comfort care. So we were doing everything we can to make sure that when it was time for him to pass, that he was comfortable, that he wouldn't be like in any pain. So, you know, like I said, that week that we were home, he exceeded our expectations. So, that week had passed, and you know, he was still alive and he was still doing good. Even though he had other issues going on with his head, he was still doing very well. He was eating fine. He was peeing and he was pooping.
Actually eating like super
He was
normal.
eating
Like he was eating
like a regular
He was
baby.
actually eating more than our other kids when they were babies.
He ate a lot. So we came into the hospital because he started to do good, and he had to have some things removed because some stuff back there was kind of becoming necrotic. So he had to have.
Well, no, let's start here. Like, so we at home and we starting to smell something. Like, and it's like a really bad smell. So what happened was we like, okay, we got to take him to the hospital. Something is not right. And then now you can pick it up from there.
Yeah, something is not right, which was, you know, the smell.
Matter of fact, because we was cleaning it as much as we could, and the smell would not go away.
His heart rate is dropping a lot, like a lot. I mean, his oxygen. But yeah, so that was starting to smell, and we just figured, let's figure out what we can do to stop the smell so he can be at home still and be comfortable. Excuse me. He had a surgery to get the necrotic area removed, and they also did the surgery to fix the encephalocele.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Pretty good of you.
Tara come to speak to you about...
Yeah, I talked to her.
It's a bit odd that the one that was taken on the 8th wasn't positive.
Yes.
But this one was.
This one was, yeah.
Plan is to take it out on tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
In the evening time. How's he doing? How's he doing otherwise?
I think
he's okay. I think he might be a little bit fussy. I don't know if he's in pain or not, but they upped his morphine, and now his oxygen levels are starting to drop more. But I know that's kind of normal with, you know, morphine, yeah. But she said other than that, he's been okay. Like, he was okay last night and yesterday.
And just because that just happened, I want to just say, like, for me, that was one of the biggest struggles for me, just being here and me not, first of all, I'm not vocal, or I'm not vocal about my emotions at all. Like,
at all.
How's his swelling as well?
I feel like his swelling is, I wouldn't say it's better, because I feel like when you can see his eyelashes is better, but you can't really see his eyelashes.
It's quite bad.
Yeah, I kind of wonder, will they give him the water pill? Kind of like to, even though they said he was going to the bathroom good, but I don't know. I guess.
If he's going to the bathroom, that's really the only important thing.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, they said he was going to the bathroom good, and all of that was good. Just the puffiness is not resolving, or not looking like it's improving. At least I don't think it is.
I don't know, I think his temperature was a bit
Yeah.
low, so I think it's nice to keep him all nice and warm.
Mm-hmm.
That's not... Yeah, it's good. No, just keep him nice and wrapped up, even in his arms.
you won't be able to get it.
Yeah, they won't open.
Okay. Okay. So you see how things go.
Mm-hmm.
Give him one overall.
Okay.
And I'll speak to him. See. Any
Okay.
questions or concerns or anything?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay, someone got consent and did you sign?
Yeah, she said she was gonna come in the morning, and I'll do it, and I'll sign
Okay.
for the consent paper.
Thanks.
Uh-huh. Thank you.
See, like I was saying, I'm not vocal at all about like my emotions. Like my wife know, like if I feel something, I gotta think about it before I talk. So like if we get into it or anything like that, I have to think about what I'm gonna say and then talk, because I mean, I don't know. That's just how I roll. And basically just being vulnerable in here. Most of my time I spent in here, it's been like an emotional roller coaster. So like just being a person that's big on energy and stuff like that, having people coming in and out of your space while you are vulnerable is like one of the hardest things for me. Like, because just like recently, the past couple of days, I haven't stopped. Would you say I cried more than I haven't cried in the past couple of days? And so like,
Yeah.
just that type of stuff happening, and then people just randomly walking in and walking in on you, and like in that moment is crazy feeling.
It's different. So right now we are in a space where Aubrey has had surgery. He has had surgery to get his encephalocele removed. That's the first. Well, I'm not gonna say removed, but his
But we
brain
never
put
told.
back
We
in.
never finished telling them that about the smell and what was going on.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So you remember we rushed him to the hospital because of the smell, and then it ended up being an infection.
Right.
His encephalocele, the part that was out, was infected, and the doctors had told us, like, if we didn't bring him when we did, he would have passed. So they surgically removed it, and so now he no longer has encephalocele, and so now you can pick it up from there, from like the, when he was on vent and stuff. It was hard for me to that type of stuff.
Oh yeah. That was when was that?
That was after the first surgery.
Yeah, so after the first surgery, he was placed on the ventilator, and it took him 3 days 3 to 4 days to
That was
come
a scary
off.
3 days too, because it was like every 5 seconds. That's why when the thing was beeping, I was thinking it was Brady's, because the way it was just going off, it was going off like that. Like his heart rate and everything was dropping. It was just like, I mean, this entire journey has been like crazy, because we never know what is gonna happen.
Does he still do Tylenol? Is he still taking
I
the
gave
Tylenol?
it to him
or
once
no?
today.
Yeah,
Yeah, I did
okay.
give it to him once.
For right now, he seems a little bit more, he's okay for right now.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Like earlier, he had the morphine, and he's still kind of restless, so then I gave him Tylenol. This time, if he hadn't settled down, I would have probably given it to him again, yeah.
Okay. Just was wondering.
Good.
Yeah. Any problems with him?
Are you from?
Neurosurgery.
Okay. His output went down, throughout the day. That's the one thing I
CSF?
did notice. Yeah, yes.
Okay.
So like my first 4 hours were 16, and then it was 12, and then it was 4, or then the last one was 6. So each time it went down a little.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it. And let us know if it's like 0 for like a few hours.
Okay.
I think his temperature is quite, I don't know if the heating's on or that kind of stuff.
Well, and the heating just is popping on a little bit now to help him get.
He was like 35 something when I asked him. I think it's just important to keep him very warm.
Yeah. But before he wasn't needing that overhead heat. Just this afternoon, about 2 o'clock, I put that on. And it's not constant. It kind of just pops on and off a little bit just to help him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Okay, thank you. So is he still scheduled for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like 6 o'clock, is that what the plan? Okay, all right, thanks. Okay, so they updated you on all that?
Yes.
And he's going, all that?
Yes.
Okay, all right, good.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, you're welcome.
So, we were saying about him coming off the vent. He had a rough time coming off the vent. He stayed on the vent for 4 days. Every time they would try to take him off the vent, he would Brady, his heart rate would drop, and his oxygen levels or something would drop as well. So he wasn't tolerating it good. That was a very scary moment for us, because you never know when it was, like, from the way the doctor said, we never knew when it was time. So he could have never been able to come off the vent. But the last day, that night before, he came off the vent and he did fine, and he was breathing room temperature air for the whole night, the whole day after that.
I mean, really, he breathed room air for with the next week, because we went home the day after that. We went home the day after that, and that's actually the only week we spent home since he been born. Because even after that last one, we went home for like, a day or two and came back.
When? My birthday?
Mm-hmm.
No, that was like at least 4 days, 5 days.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 days we went home. Once we left the hospital. But he had a time where he kind of like took a low dip. So he started to not eat. He wasn't using the bathroom. He, like, everything about him just kind of just like took a low dip. But that was because he had fluid on his brain. So after the surgery, they kind of warned us that it was possible that he could get fluid on his brain, and he did. And that's when he started to dip, and like everything kind of stopped. So all he would do was sleep, and we were giving morphine to kind of keep him comfortable and to keep him out of pain. Because once he dipped, we kind of felt like, okay, well, now maybe it's time. Maybe, I want to say maybe he's going to pass, but that was it. Maybe he's going to pass. So we gave, yep, and that was my birthday, October 19th.
That's not it though. You rushed to the hospital. That's why we're here now.
Right. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to. October 19th was when we brought him to the hospital because of his dip that he did, and they told us that his fluid was building up, and that could have been a reason why, you know, he wasn't doing what he was supposed to. And they were examining him for surgery. They were gonna do the surgery to put a shunt in, and he took a really, really low dip when his heart rate kind of went all the way down into the 20s. His oxygen dipped really low. And then they told me to call Adam and said, get ready because we think it's time. That was my birthday. And
I forgot what. No, wait, yeah, because on your birthday, it was your birthday. My mom ended up bringing you to the hospital because I still had the kids. I had nobody to get our other kids. And so they told her to call me, and so I took the kids to Lay and rushed here. Came and got her. We went home. Hospice met us at home, and yeah, it was a crazy experience. Sitting there,
waiting,
holding our son, crying, and first of all, just being all the way real. Like, this been the hardest experience for me because if you know anything about me, you know how I feel about my kids, and just every time I ever held my son, it's always been that fear that like he could pass in my hands. So like, just in that time, holding him,
this is serious.
Yeah, and like they telling you that he about to pass, so it's like, and to be honest, matter of fact, that day you had to make me come in the room. Cause I walked in the house and I went to my studio because
it was too much. It's terrifying. Holding your baby and not knowing if how long he's gonna be alive. It's a terrifying feeling. And not knowing if he's gonna pass in your arms or he's gonna pass on later on when you decide to finally close your eyes to go to sleep.
And another thing about it was too that it was really hard on us.
Really quickly check
Huh?
Just want to quickly check the wounds and everything.
Did you guys look? You guys looked at his head today, right?
Yeah, we did. I'm just gonna check for myself.
No
particular concerns. Just always have a best on it.
Yeah, so basically, since then, well, we stayed home thinking for the next 3 or 4 days, or however long it was. You said 4 or 5. That it could happen any day. And yeah, I mean, I guess from there gradually, I guess it kind of got better, like far as, you know what I'm saying, oxygen. They started taking his oxygen down and stuff like that. He started eating.
He started pooping, peeing.
And but what happened was, like you said, the fluid started to build up. Started to build up again. And now we here. And but shoot, basically they said we're gonna be here for the next month.
Yeah, tomorrow, which will not be tomorrow for y'all, but tomorrow for us right now in this moment. he'll be going to have his third surgery on his brain. The reason why we decided to do surgery is because Aubrey has been fighting. This is like the strongest little boy that I have ever met. He has fought and defied everything that they said. Everything that they said that he wouldn't be able to do, or that wouldn't happen, he has done, and he has done it very well. So we decided to give him a fighting chance because he's fighting. Who are we to stop his fight? Now when he shows us he doesn't want to fight, and then we'll deal with that when it comes. But for now, he's fighting, and we're gonna give him a chance. Gonna give him a chance.
Yeah, because it was like before, like with everything they were telling us, our biggest thing is we didn't want to be so selfish as parents, because you know, as parents, we want our baby. Like, that just is what it is. We want our baby. But yeah, I don't even know how we was even strong enough to come to that conclusion. That for real, because like now, I don't even know.
Really, it's hard to be strong in any situation.
But I ain't even gonna lie though. I'm gonna say this though. I ain't gonna lie. Like, in real time, first of all, I know for a fact that I couldn't be here talking about this if it wasn't for my wife. And I know for a fact that the way you, maybe I should talk to you because I'm not talking to you, the way you handled this situation has only proved to me that what I feel about you and what I think about you is true. And I'm trying to kind of put into words kind of like the conversation we had last night, because basically I don't want to say you to go to you and not say you to go to you while everybody looking.
Right.
So, you know I love you. You know I do. I don't want no cheat. You know I love you. I'm sorry. I had to wear the hat because my sister Lay bought me this. You feel me?
So, this is what we're going through, and this is what's going on. There's probably a lot choppy and a lot of, but this is us being real.
You know what? Honestly, I don't think we need to cut it. I don't think this video needs to be edited.
No, this is us being real. This is what we're going through. This is what we've been going through. This is what we're going to keep going through until, Aubrey decides something different. I don't know how many update videos y'all gonna get, but maybe keep you in the loop. Maybe not.
Yeah, lip gloss on. You got lip gloss all over my lip.
It's pretty perfect. Anyway.
Shameless plugs.
Anyway, y'all.
I'm gonna give it his scheduled dose of morphine.
Maybe he'll, I don't know. That noise is annoying. But I know that's why because his oxygen levels don't normally drop.
No.
So I figured it could be from the morphine.
Yes. Because we upped his dose earlier.
Right.
So I'm giving him less this time. I'm giving him back to his old dose.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I just talked to the doctor out there, and I said, his morphine's due, and I'm afraid to give him the new dose, so we're going to go back to the old dose that he's been getting. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're going to go ahead and end this.
Okay. Thank y'all for watching. Click the subscribe button down below. Join the family. Like, comment, do all that. See y'all in the next video. Peace.